That's nonsense.
Hello everybody and welcome to our second video on the Demon Souls Platinum playthrough. Today we're going to go through the tutorial and we're going to see some cutscenes, but it's going to be kind of cutscene heavy because we want to see all of the content. So let's check it out. I'm going to go away so you can see all of the cutscene because there's a great deal of it, and then I will be back. Yeah, that was a pretty cool dragon. We're going to see him again, and it's not going to take us very long. New game. All right, so this is information that's associated with the UV server. If you're not hooked up on that, then you should be because you can play with other people still, and it's pretty great. A little laggy, but it's good. It's good, and you can control your world tendencies there. All profiles are full. Okay. I guess we'll delete this one. All right. What are we gonna name it? What's it look like? There's a lot of options for how you can change it, which I find interesting. Guess we'll go with that. Make him young. He's also very male. Very, very male. I can relate to the receding hairline pretty well. But that doesn't mean I want it. Let's see what we got here. A buzz cut. Yeah. I get that. Alright. Details. Yeah, you can you can really do sliders here like you could in Oblivion and come out with a pretty awesome or terrible looking person. I've never had the gift of doing that. So what are we gonna name him? Let's name him um, just be boring because I can't think of anything. Name him Joe. Except I have that OCD part of me that's like, at least capitalize the first letter. Oh shit. At least capitalize the first letter? Seems reasonable, right? Okay, Joe. It's boring, and we could have done something fun, but I'm not a creative person. Why? I don't know. Probably because I'm an engineer. Should have named him Right Angles and Math. Another cutscene. See you afterwards.
King Alant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valarfax of the royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had aroused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valarfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Sage Urbane, Skurver the Wanderer, the Sixth Saint Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands, near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
All right, we definitely want to play the journey through the Nexus, to the Nexus rather. That's the call it the tutorial area, and it's got some cool content we'll check out. I don't think there's another cutscene. If there is, I'll shut the camera back off so you can get all of it.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
Alright, welcome to the tutorial region. Now, we done goofed, guys. We done goofed. We didn't change the class of our character. One of the things that we were going to do is make our character a royalty as the class so that we had some magic. The spear and the sword are going to be good, but it's not going to be as good as magic, and we're doing a platinum playthrough. We're going to get some of the stuff for free at the start, so we're going to make our new character. Maybe we'll come up with a more load game. Can we delete from this screen, I wonder? We're gonna make a new character. I mean, it's just worth it. Joe, you boring ass name. Yeah. As you can see from the characters that are on here, I've played this game a few times, a little bit. 40 hours on that guy. Anyway, let's make a new character. Yeah. Yep. Don't worry, we're gonna skip the cutscenes. Oh, you know, we should name him. We'll name him UV. Why? Because you should check out UV's server. Because it's worthwhile. Here we gotta change our class to royalty. That's gonna be worthwhile. UV's server is really worth it. It is. It's free. You don't have to pay for it or anything. The guy does it out of the kindness of his heart, so I certainly respect that. Very male. Be male. Yes. Yes. Okay. Nope. Yes. Old King Doran. So he's in 1-1. I'll show you where he is. Nope. I'll show you where he is in the next video when we get there, because we got more cutscenes to go through. Okay, getting started here. On the ground, there are messages. We're not going to look at them all. Why aren't we going to look at them all? Because we have other things to do. It's just going to take forever. I mean, it's useful stuff if you've never played before. Like, L1 to guard. And then, like, check out magic. I mean, if you're trying to platinum a game, I mean, just getting through content like that, plowing through it, super useful. Especially when it goes to trying to farm stuff. Being able to kill some of the enemies that you don't really have to kill, but you want to kill. Being able to do it fast to get your materials, it really makes it worthwhile. Let's talk about healing real fast. In Dark Souls, you have an Estus Flask. In Demon Souls, it's different. You have Moongrass. And there's different types. There's Crescent Moongrass, Half Moongrass, New Moongrass, Full Moongrass, Dark Moongrass, and they all heal different amounts. For the beginning ones, Crescent Half, there's not a 3/4 Moongrass. It has a different name, but the more moon you have, the more it heals, is essentially the long and the short. And then Dark Moongrass will heal all of your health and all of your ailments, including poison and toxic and things like that. And that can be incredibly useful. New Moongrass, I believe that just heals all of your health, and it leaves you with your issues that you had prior, such as poison and toxic. This is an Archstone here. We're going to look around to make sure we didn't lose anything, but this is an Archstone. And the Archstones bring you back to the Nexus, is the short answer. So the Nexus is kind of like the hub of the world. So imagine in Dark Souls if whenever you used a bonfire, it took you back to Firelink Shrine, and then you could go from Firelink Shrine and access any bonfire from here to there. That's kind of what this would be like. So the Nexus is our Firelink Shrine. However, because we're in the tutorial region, it's not going to take us to the Nexus. It's going to take us to the next area. In the game itself, I don't think there's any Archstones like this that won't take you to the Nexus. I'm going to turn down the game just a little bit. It looks like it's high. We'll see. Could be bad. Could have been a bad move. We'll see how it pays off for him, Cotton. So interestingly enough, sometimes if you miss the parry, you're just a little bit too late, it'll still give you the parry and let you riposte, but it's not damage free. It makes you take a little bit of damage, which is interesting. I mean, it's not normally like that. Oh, and in Demon Souls you can still drag bodies around, which is always fun. Makes for good floppy entertainment. There's no kick, which I find frustrating. Come on, man. I wish there was a kick. I mean, that was a good innovation in Dark Souls, to be able to kick someone's shield because they're cowering. Oh, there's also plenty to destroy via rolling. Half Moon Grass. Half Moon Grass is really important. It's really good stuff. Crescent Moon Grass doesn't do a lot for you. It's not useless, but you don't really want to use it unless you got a lot of time to be standing there using it. Another thing this game does really well is it lets you parry and riposte while you're beneath your enemy, for like right here. Like right here. You could parry and riposte that guy if he's on the top level. In the Undead Parish, I can't tell you how many times I parry and tried to riposte one of those soldiers. Can't remember what type of soldier they are. I can't tell you how many times I tried to do it, and the game just said no. Also, run, tap B, just a roll, no jump. I said B, what I meant was circle. So if we come this way, there is another drop we should pick up. Get us some Half Moon Grass. Alright, so let me explain real quick. I didn't earlier. What I should explain is why we picked Royalty as our starting class. The reason is twofold. One, Silver Catalyst gives you more magic. And the Fragrant Ring lets you regenerate magic. So it's more like Dark Souls 3 than it is Dark Souls 1, to where that little blue bar up there is your magic bar, and as you use magic, see, if I switch to my Silver Catalyst, it gives me more. Well, it gives me, the maximum I can have is more, it doesn't actually give me more. Now if I use a spell, it uses some magic, right? And then the Fragrant Ring lets me regenerate that, and you'll see that it is a very slow regeneration, but it is a regeneration nonetheless, and it makes it useful, because otherwise you have to manage your magic from the start of the level until you're finished with the level, or you go back to the Nexus, which can be a real pain. There are some items, like there's spice items, fresh spice, old spice. They will allow you to regenerate your magic. Yeah, those are the real reasons. I mean, it really helps. It does. All right, let's fight this guy. If we die, then we go to the Nexus. But if we die, we're going to make a new character, and we're going to do it again, so that you can see the content afterwards. And if that happens, you'll get to watch me die. Don't worry. But I'll die, and then we'll just pop right back here all magically, like it never happened, and then fight the boss again. And we'll do that until I don't die. And we'll keep a counter. Hopefully the counter is just 1. But we'll see. This guy's not too bad. I mean, he could definitely be harder. I don't want to say that and then die. That would be embarrassing. Whoa. Hey now. I think this is the prison demon. I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden. It's pretty much the same guy from Dark Souls 1. this guy will nearly one-shot me, so I probably ought to heal. He is, I mean, it's close to a one-shot. If I don't have full health, I'll probably die. That was close. Basically, circle left, hug the butt, slam attack is AoE. Don't get hit by it. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. Tutorial boss dead. Oh, we get a soul for it too, which is really useful because we can use that to make a boss weapon. Which one? I don't know, but we can. And then in classic form, after you kill a boss, an archstone appears. Except this one, again, won't take us to the Nexus because, as I understand it, in the world and how it's worked, we haven't died yet. I always wondered if I could get back there. Turns out I can. Grey Demon Soul. We'll have to figure out what that does. Warp to new area. Yes. Yuria the Witch. We're going to free her as fast as we can. She's super nice. She looks crazy, but she's a nice person. All right. So that's the dragon from the intro. You can see him through there. So if you die to that boss that we just fought, you go straight to the Nexus. You don't really get a chance to see this boss. If you don't die, you get to come here and collect some goodies, which will be nice. Full moon grass, always useful. 2 stairways, one here, one here. They both lead to the same place. Honestly, I think this is just a reward area from, hey, you know, you beat the tutorial boss, come get some free stuff, you'll get to take it along with you. We talked about in the last video, which was a spreadsheet, so it was probably skipped by a lot of people. But we talked about how hardstone, sharpstone, things like that, we get upgrade materials. We just got a few of them. Anything in here? Oh, we got pulled in. That is a proper Falcon punch. Well done. Good job, Dragon. If you're going to punch somebody, punch them like you mean it. Alright, there's a cutscene that's going to take us in to the Nexus, so I'm going to disappear so you can see all of it.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them to another.
I was still muted. Nexial Binding is still, well, it is a lot like the Dark Sign. where um, you lose all your souls, but you go back to the Nexus. All right, let's do a quick tour around the Nexus, and then we will make our way out of this video and go into 1-1 for the next. So, Miracle Trainer. She has stuff that you can buy, and we can talk to her. We will at some point. Around this column, there's nothing else. Then this is Blacksmith Baldwin. He is cranky, but he will fix your stuff, and he needs your business. This is Stockpile Thomas. He is very famous and quoted regularly. Genuinely nice guy.
When the scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here, in the Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
So Stockpile Thomas will let you deposit items with him. For example, these shards of hardstone, we're not going to use them. These shards of sharpstone.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
The first time I played this
Best of luck to you.
First time I played this game, I was so prepared for him to be like Patches and to steal my stuff. But he doesn't. He holds on to your stuff. And it's important because in this game you have, if you look at the right side there, you have an equipment burden and you have an item burden. Your equip burden is what you're wearing, and it determines how fast you roll. There's only two, fast and fat. And you will roll fast if you're less than 50%, and you will roll fat if you're greater than 50%. That's it. It's not more difficult than that. Your item burden just is how much you can carry. At some point, it'll be kind of like Skyrim, except it'll say, oh, hey, you can't pick up this item because it would overburden you, and then you won't be able to pick stuff up. Over here, we'll have some magic trainers. We'll have Yuria in the corner over here. We'll have, what's his name? Sage Frick over here, and his happy-go-lucky lackey right there. Up around here, we have the archstones. That's what these big slabs are that stick out here. So this is the archstone of the small king. If you use it, you will see that the first level is called Boletarian Palace. So to be clear, the way that people refer to these archstones is not, oh, the archstone of the small king. They refer to it as the name of the first level in it. So this is Boletarian Palace, not the archstone of the small king, I mean, according to the community. It's also World 1. This one here is World 2, and we can't use it right now, but the first level is called Stonefang Tunnel. This is World 3 right here, and the first level is the Tower of Latria. This one's broken. You can't access it. It does have content, some content, but it's not finished. You can find a little bit about it online. It doesn't really have a name, as far as I know. This is World 4, or Shrine of Storms. And this is World 5, or the Valley of Defilement. Those are the 5 archstones, plus the 6th one that's dark and broken. We're going to go through all those, and we have to start in World 1. After we finish World 1, we can move on to some of the other archstones, but we have a plan of what we're going to do to make things a little easier. There will be a few people up here later, but there's nothing up here right now. Be a person standing right here. But not really anything over in the corners as far as I know. Maybe a few messages or two. Go up further. So there are two. There's one on the left and one on the right, but I always take this one for some reason. I don't think it's faster. There's the statue of the person holding a sword. I think it's a lady. Sword and a spear? Looks like a spear. And then an upside down person on the other side. It's interesting. And then after we beat 1-1, we're going to be able to go through there. We're going to talk to a guy called the Monumental, and we'll see a few other things. But first, let's head on down here. And we're going to get ready to do World 1-1, Boletarian Palace. I should say Boletarian. Everybody calls it Boletarian in the game, so it's Boletarian. I keep saying Boletarian. That's because I am from the south, and I pronounce stuff like I want to. Baba Boucher. Okay. See you in the next one. We're going to do World 1-1. Coming out just a couple days. See you soon.